I know. There's teleprompter ready.
I'm the only one doing the pledge. Nobody else hears it?
Right. No, we all hear it,
Oh,
No,
but you're
I
the only
mean,
one saying it.
right, but you're all muted.
you're just a pledge soloist.
Okay.
I like that phrasing.
Thank you, Aaron. You may begin the meeting.
Dale, you're lucky you don't have to do the Star Spangled Banner as a
That's
solo.
next.
No,
That's
No,
next.
you're lucky I don't have to
Okay,
do
my
that.
friend. It is Monday, May 10th. This is a regular meeting of the Chagrin Falls Village Council. It is 7:01 and we are officially called to order. Our first order of business is not going to be the Star Spangled Banner today, but the Pledge of Allegiance led to us by Mr. Markowitz.
Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Markowitz, for leading us in the pledge. Mr. Bloom, could you please do the roll call for us? You're on mute.
DiBernardo,
Here.
Evans, Grube,
Here.
Newell,
Here.
Rocky,
Here.
Rogoff,
Here.
Wyval,
Here.
I would move to excuse Jan from tonight's meeting. She was having technical issues at the end of the meeting with her phone.
Second.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Group, second by DiBernardo. Roll call, please.
DiBernardo,
Aye.
Grube.
Aye.
Newell.
Aye.
Rocky,
Aye.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval.
Aye.
Okay. Any changes or modifications to the minutes from the 26th of April?
I don't see any from my point.
I appreciate you reading them. Okay.
I had time today.
I would move to approve the minutes from April 26, 2021.
Second.
Motion by Grube, second by Rogoff. Roll call, please.
DiBernardo,
Aye.
Grube,
Aye.
Newell,
Aye.
Rocky,
Aye.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval.
Aye.
And we are chugging along. Report of the mayor. You're on mute. Nope, still on mute.
There I go.
You are.
Okay.
Now go ahead.
I thought it was Christie's fine finger that had me muted, but I see I did it to myself. Dale, I believe I have to appoint Dominic as assistant building inspector. And so I'd like to introduce Dominic to you all. And Dominic will be assuming, I believe this morning on May 10th, the position of a assistant building director or a building inspector, where he will work with and under Harry and hopefully learn the position completely in the year that Harry's going to be taking to retire. So with that, I'd like a motion to approve Dominic as assistant building inspector.
And it's the zoning and building inspector, correct?
Correct. Thank you, Aaron.
Okay, so I would
Correct.
move to approve Dominic Serini, right?
Kribari.
Karbari. Write it down.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that, Aaron.
I know, I normally write everything down and I forgot.
You'll know what that joke's about
Okay.
later, Dominic.
Oh, great.
Are we
As
gonna
the
get to
assistant
see it,
zoning and building
Dominic?
inspector. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna second.
Thank you. Motion by Grube, second by Newell. Roll call, please.
Do I see Jan here now? Is she in?
I am here now.
Okay. Okay,
Aye.
Evans, okay. Grube,
Aye.
Newell,
Aye.
Rocky,
Aye.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval,
Aye.
DiBernardo.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Congratulations, Dominic.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Welcome.
Welcome on
Oh,
board.
and welcome
Thank you.
aboard,
Thank you,
Dominic.
everybody.
We look forward to working with you. So, and Dale, I have one other question. Andy Capwell will be retiring, and our part-time patrol officer, Sarah, will be going to full-time status. It's all in the budget. It'll have no budgetary effect. Do I need to make a motion?
Yeah, you approve her, but council doesn't.
Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
good. Well, then I have nothing else to report.
The chief has a,
Yeah, so
excuse me, the ordinance say that council has to affirm his appointment for full-time police.
Oh, it does. Okay, we haven't had to do that for a while.
Okay.
Been a
I'll
That's
take
while.
your
okay,
word on it.
Dale.
Amber, you
Okay.
want to describe Sarah for us?
Yeah, Sarah's been with us for a little over a year now. We hired her in as a a part-time officer initially. And then obviously when Sergeant Capel announced his retirement, it was a no-brainer to just slide her right into that position. So she's doing well.
What's her last name so that I don't embarrass myself again?
Hoover,
Hoover?
There you go.
Hoover, like the vacuum cleaner.
Perfect.
Oh,
Okay,
Hoover.
so I would move to affirm the mayor's hire of Sarah Hoover as a full-time police officer for Chagrin Falls Police Department.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Group, second by DiBernardo. Roll call, please.
Grube,
Aye.
Newell,
Aye.
Rocky,
Aye.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval,
Aye.
DiBernardo,
Aye.
Evans.
Aye.
Awesome.
And
Well,
that's all I have to report tonight.
tell Sarah congratulations for us. Okay. Report of the Finance Director, Mr. Bloom.
I have no report tonight, Madam President.
Okay, and Mr. Markowitz, our legislative docket.
Okay, thank you. I can tell you again, we have no litigation docket tonight, which is good to know. Keep that going. The first item on the legislative docket is ordinance number 2021-19, an ordinance amending the planning and zoning code of the village of Chagrin Falls and amending the zoning map of Chagrin Falls.
Okay, this is being introduced by Ms. Rogoff from the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Yes, so this is the second reading and this amendment relates to the map. And did we get a copy of it attached to this?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody can see what it looks like. Any more questions about this part of the amendment or
Yes,
this
detail.
section?
I don't have any
I
questions.
don't all yell at once,
I
yeah,
don't-
okay. Well, I mean, it's pretty clear cut and we've talked about it, so
It's all public land,
yeah.
no private land. Okay,
This is just, well, I remember what we spoke about. This is mainly moving from parks to conservation, all the parcels we talked about earlier. Okay.
Yes,
Thanks.
right, yeah.
Leave it on readings.
yep.
Yeah.
When we
Right.
have a
Public hearing next
public
week.
hearing
next
scheduled
meeting.
for next Monday, or no, our next
No.
council meeting. Don't miss
May 24th, right?
our
Right.
next council meeting at 7 o'clock. We'll do it at the beginning of the meeting.
And notices have been sent.
Yes. Christy loved those notices. Okay, we can go on the next one.
Okay. Next item is ordinance number 2021-20, an ordinance amending the planning and zoning code of the village of Chagrin Falls and amending section 1111.03 parens A, parens B, and parens C, and adding subsection parens Z, and amending section 1111.10 by moving subsection parens G to a new section 1111.11 and adding new language regarding appeals of administrative matters.
So,
Ms. Rogoff.
yeah, so apparently this is the amendment that that addresses administrative procedures for an appeal. And apparently there was a typo and a little part missing from this. So in section 4 of the ordinance, I think that the corrected copies got sent out. So I think we need a motion to amend. Is that right, Dale?
That's correct.
Okay, so section 4 was missing its title, and the title should be time period to file an appeal. And then also, let's see, section 11.11.10G is removed from section 11.11.10 and relocated to the newly renumbered section 11.11.11.
Correct.
So I move to make those corrections to the ordinance.
Second.
Okay, motion by Rogoff, second by Newell. Any questions before we go to the roll call? Because I know that's all very clear. Okay. Roll call, please.
What's so funny?
We can do the roll call, Dave.
Roll call. Newell,
Aye.
Rocky,
Aye.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval,
Aye.
DiBernardo,
Aye.
Evans,
Aye.
Rube,
Aye.
Okay, so that it'll be heard as amended for the public hearing next meeting. The third resolution, number 2021-21, a resolution authorizing the mayor of the village of Chagrin Falls to advertise for bids for projects identified in the 2021 capital plan for the village of Chagrin Falls and declaring an emergency.
This is coming through the finance committee. So in order to expedite some of our bidding process, because we have a large number of bids before us that we reviewed during the capital budget, we have a single resolution allowing for the to post the bids. Obviously, all these will come back to us before we can enter into one of those bids. So this is looking at the 2021 road program and sidewalk program, Arboretum Trail, Bell Street storm outfall erosion repair, historic district streets utility televising, Locust Lane culvert, Riverside Park walkway replacement and improvement, Summit to Cottage storm sewer replacement, Triangle Park sidewalk replacement, water utility, Water Street utility improvements. And that's what we're doing. Any questions? It's going to be an easy year in the village.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Is this going to lock us in to not be able to include the option for the sidewalks on Cottage?
We can add that as needed.
Okay, so we don't.
There would be an element within that project.
Okay, so we don't need to make any changes to this to add that as an option.
Correct.
Good question. Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, this is a resolution, so we do not have to suspend.
Correct.
Just 'cause I wanted to double check. So I'd motion to approve resolution 2021-21.
Second.
Motion by Grube, second by Newell. Roll call, please.
Rocky,
Aye.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval,
Aye.
DiBernardo,
Aye.
Evans,
Aye.
Rube,
Aye.
Newell,
Aye.
That's all I have for the legislative docket.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, on to our committee reports, admin and comp.
Nothing to report other than congratulations again to Sarah and Dominic on your promotions.
Arts Commission.
The Arts Commission spent last week reviewing over 500 pieces of art in the high school, middle school art show to award our first ever Village Council Arts Commission Arts Prize. A winner was selected. I can't tell you anything about it because it's top secret. The art show goes live on May 14th at the end of this week at 5 p.m. and a winner will be announced then. And I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you. It was a fun
We're
process.
hanging it in Village Hall for a year, right?
That is the hope. We have to see the size of the piece of work and then find a place for that. So once we have that information, we will be taking it. It's a purchased prize and it's 2D. I can tell you that. We didn't go with sculpture, so we're good. So,
That was my concern. We've picked a sculpture without knowing the size.
exactly. We do have a winner and a runner-up. It was hard to pick a prize, so but you'll find out next week. Okay.
Okay, Board of Zoning Appeals, Mr. Rocky.
We meet on May 25th for our next one. Yeah.
Okay. Cemetery Commission is myself. We meet at 9 a.m. on the 12th of May. Facilities and Services.
We will hopefully have legislation for you at the next meeting concerning temporary displays for our winter season in our public parks.
Finance Committee is myself. I have no report, just nice legislation. Parks Commission.
Parks Commission, I think there's an application that was attached to the agenda. this is the little Sugar Valley Little Theater. Some of its board members have requested to do karaoke in the park on June 12th from 7 to 9. The Parks Commission unanimously approved that request.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Rogoff before we approve this? Okay, so I would motion to approve Karaoke by the Falls hosted by the Sugar Valley Little Theater on Saturday, June 12th from 7 to 9 p.m. in Riverside Park.
Second.
Motion by group, second by Wyville. Roll call, please.
Rogoff,
Abstain?
Weigel,
Aye.
DiBernardo,
Dane,
Evans,
Abstain.
Grube,
Aye.
It ain't
Newell,
gonna make it.
Rocky,
Aye.
Oh, I made
It did. It was a close one. For those of us wondering, for those out there wondering, since you're not watching C-SPAN and you're watching us, some of our members are board members at Sugar Valley Little Theater. And
we will all be performing at karaoke night.
we will.
You're
All
first
signed up
up.
for karaoke.
Wait, are we charging tickets for admission for this? Because
No. Oh, no. Oh, no.
it. All right, guys,
Oh,
let's get
it's-
back on the agenda.
Almost
Park,
good.
yeah, park events are free and open to the public, always. So
Always.
this should be fun and interesting. I think it's probably a first. I don't know if anybody's singing.
Keyword interesting.
Excited.
And the Parks Commission will meet on Wednesday. What is the date? It's the first, we meet at the first Wednesday of the month, so it will be
January 2nd.
June 2nd.
June 2nd.
June 2nd, yeah. Oh, gosh.
Wow, it's a punchy meeting.
June 2nd at 8:30 on Zoom right now, anyway.
Okay.
Thank
Okay. Planning and Zoning Commission, Ms. Rogoff.
Planning and Zoning Commission meets next Monday, May 17th at 7 o'clock, Zoom.
Safety Committee.
Oh, I've got a big one for tonight. So we met on May 4th to discuss crosswalk safety. We had a fair amount of things that came out of that meeting and that conversation. I decided to start pursuing the clear view planning. I talked to the Cuyahoga County Planning Commission to see if they had a recommendation on someone we could talk to. They gave me one of their officers' name. His name is Jim. To talk to, and I have reached out to him. He has told me at the moment that they were working on finishing up a big project in Solon, which includes some sidewalks, crosswalks, the bike path, and a few other things. So he's going to get back to me hopefully early this week, so I can discuss this with him and hopefully get him or a representative here to kind of give us an idea of what some of our options might be, whether they're design-wise or technologically wise. And then the next step is I'm going to talk with Tim Lannon about what other options we have with the current equipment we have to kind of get a current state of what we have and what are the things we've tried and what are the things that we could try and what are the things we could do. And hopefully I'll have some results and some more interesting news by the next council meeting.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Rocky? Okay. Shade Tree Commission.
Shade Tree reports that we have planted 50 trees, 6 new street trees successfully this spring. They plan to begin pruning and air knifing soon. The committee thinks that most of the members are now vaccinated, and that's good because they provide us a lot of free labor, and they think they'll now be able to work in pairs of 2 vaccinated members on trees out in the outdoors over the next season. And they're hoping to catch up with some of the work they put off during the pandemic. They have not scheduled a meeting, but plan to schedule a meeting soon after a year off.
Tell them thank you. We welcome their return.
I will. Okay.
Streets and Sidewalks Committee.
We had a meeting tonight to discuss guidelines for installing sidewalks in the village, and we had some very useful comments. And we will be setting up some guidelines that hopefully we can put on the website at some point. And we had a lot of audience participation as well.
You did. And Utilities Committee.
Well, to be different from everybody else, Madam President, I have no report tonight. None.
Okay, then. On to the Chief Administrative Officer, Mr. Jameson.
I have no report on that, Madam President.
Report of the engineer.
No report, Madam President.
But we have an intermediate paving course down on East Washington, and they're adjusting castings for the next 2 weeks.
Okay, short report. There's good progress, but you've seen it. It'll be in that condition for a while. We'd like to get their intermediate course down just to tie things together so the road doesn't unravel. And that gives us a really good idea what the final surface will be. So we're doing some final cleanup work and scuffing the road a little bit before we have to worry about the final surface. So there'll be a couple weeks, I think, in this condition, and then the final surface course.
That's good to know. Thank you, Tim. It's good.
Okay, thank you, Tim. Report of the police chief.
Just two things. First, just to follow up on Councilman Rocky's report, the police department has, or the officers have been told to step up efforts in the downtown area, specific to distracted driving, crosswalk violations, and even jaywalking. We've been sitting out there telling people to stop and go back to the sidewalk as much as possible. The lieutenant is particularly good at that. So
Is he doing it on the loudspeaker?
no, mostly out the window, but it does the trick. And then secondly, the mayor sent out recently a letter or an email to the merchants advising them, but we should probably make it well known to you as well that we're going to start focusing in on parking enforcement again with a short lead in with a lot of warnings and try to, get the word out. And then kind of step back up the parking enforcement that was a little bit more relaxed during the pandemic. But we've noticed a pickup in the amount of cars that are parking in town, parking on Main Street and the plaza. So we want to get back to some regular enforcement of those rules.
And we have 2 leased parking spaces, which we've kept by the Shields building and by the Lutheran Church. And I understand from Jim Newell that we will be getting a number of spaces in the Philadelphian lot for the summer when school's out. So that was what the memo to the merchants were. There are free spots available to come in and get your permit.
Awesome.
Good.
Thank you. Okay, report of the fire chief is coming from Chief Zugan this time, not me.
I got a few things. Well, first off, congratulations to Sarah also on her full-time employment. And Dominic, you look like a snowman over there. I don't see your face anymore. But welcome aboard. Look forward to working with you directly with the building side. So welcome. Just a quick update on fundraising efforts for Jim Finley that have been going extremely well. So I really appreciate everybody jumping on board and helping him out. We have a couple little sidebar notes to that. We're selling these stickers right there. White for Finley. Those are $10. You can get those at the station. You can put them on your cell phones, your iPads, your car, whatever you want. We sold 500 of those in about 2 weeks, which is incredible. So we had to order 500 more. So we're selling those. And Friday, we should have the Team Finley bracelets in, so we'll have those also for sale. Promotional process, we gave a written test on May 2nd. That went very well. Interviews will be May 18th, and we should know the list by the end of that week. And hopefully the mayor will be able to come over to the fire station and swear everybody in. It would be great. And the last thing I had was, as you all know, the Royers are extremely involved in the first responder initiative over the years. First Responders Day is Sunday, May 23rd. And they're organizing with myself and Amber a drive-by like we did last year. So I'll have a little bit more information on that. I just wanted you to know that it will be an event coming up on that Sunday. We'll be driving through the village and throughout South Russell. So I'll be calling you tomorrow, Amber. Hope you're in. Cool.
And then
That's it.
you missed our well wishes at the last meeting, but we wanted to congratulate you on your retirement from Shaker and
Oh.
welcome you to full-time life here in Chagrin Falls.
Yeah, well, thank you. Appreciate that. It was a little bit of an abrupt ending, but I'm happy to be on board in Chagrin a little bit more often than I was.
We're happy to keep you.
Yeah. Thank you. End of my
Okay.
report.
Now we come to members of the public to speak to any matter. So if any members of the public would like to address the village council, you're welcome to use the raise your hand function located in Zoom. And then we can move you into the panelist side where you can actually speak. And I'm not seeing any hands right now. So we'll pause awkwardly for 1 minute as we give people an opportunity to find the little raise your hand thing. It's usually at the bottom of your screen, but okay. I'm not seeing any, so we will move on. Do we have any miscellaneous items from Counselor Administration?
I have a question. Is there any discussion about getting back into actual personal meetings for council as opposed to Zoom meetings? Is there any discussion on that?
Well, truthfully, I have not sat down with Bill and Rob and talked to them about it. If council wants to send me just send to me, since we can't discuss as a group, send me your personal thoughts on that. I'd be open to that. I would like to get through the public hearings we have coming up before we start changing any venues, or so we don't have to, confuse anybody, but.
Okay, good point. I was just curious with the latest recommendations from the health department and that stuff. Is that stuff being cleaned up enough that we can actually be in a room less than 6 feet separation?
We're still.
Yeah. The problem is we also have a really small council chamber, so we can't all sit at the dais together and keeping access to the public. We're going to have some sort of streaming option. Give us some time to talk about it, Jim.
Well, no, I'm just asking, and you've answered my question.
Yeah.
It's a big up in the air. We don't know. So that's fair. I said, okay, thank you.
Jim, we're still waiting for the legislature to act also, because if they don't do something after July, we would have to go back to regular meetings.
You mean at the end of June? They have
At
to
the end of
act.
June, I'm sorry, yeah.
Wow.
So what's coming up, just from a planning standpoint, is at the next meeting, we have the public hearing on the two zoning items. And then we will also have the first reading for any amendments that we decide to put on the ballot for charter review. And so we would be able to hear those end of May, and then the 2 meetings in June. And then by we get to July, we should have a pretty light docket, just because we've been planning in advance, knowing that we don't know what meetings are going to look like in July.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, any other miscellaneous items? Seeing none, we are adjourned at 7:29.